Hello my dear student friends. Okay, now let us discuss the last point of this particular chapter, two-port network, right? So in this point we are going to discuss the stability concept. Okay, so this is the analytical method of checking the stability of a system. What do you mean by stability? Okay, so remember that any equipment or any circuit that you are going to design, it must be stable. Okay, suppose you are having a multimeter and you are checking the resistance value, right? If that multimeter is not giving a value, constant value within a short period or within a finite time, then that kind of system is unstable because it is not giving a constant value. Okay, so that we cannot understand what exactly the value of that particular resistor is. Okay, so stable system is nothing but what? The system which is going to give the finite output in a finite time period. Okay, it must not give a continuous fluctuations, right? So in a similar manner, if your oscilloscope is there, that is CRO, if it is not giving you a proper output waveform, then it is having some kind of problem into it. So it is not a stable system. So in order to understand or in order to apply or check whether the system is stable or not, we are going to use this analytical method. Okay, and that is called as Routh-Hurwitz criteria of system stability. Okay, so by means of this particular criteria, we can check the stability of a particular any circuit, any system, whatever it may be, right? Okay, I hope the basic fundamental related to the stability and how to check it we are going to understand now. Okay, so I hope what is stability you understood properly. Then we can switch to how to go understand or how to check whether the system is stable or not by using some mathematical calculation. Analytical means mathematical calculation. So as the name of this subject is network analysis, we are going to analyze everything. Okay, and that with the help of mathematics. Okay, so whenever the analytical is coming into the picture, definitely some mathematical relations are there with respect to that particular analysis. Okay, fine. So over here we are going to check the stability of system by means of a this criteria. Now let us understand what is this criteria. Okay, suppose there is a any polynomial equation associated with it. Okay, for example, a naught s raised to n plus a1 s raised to n minus 1 plus a2 s raised to n minus 2 plus so on an s raised to 0. Okay, fine. So this is the polynomial equation. This is called as polynomial equation. Okay, so say now n is equals to 5. What will how this equation will change? Let us check it out. So q of s is nothing but a naught s raised to 4, sorry, s raised to 5 plus a1 s raised to 4, okay, a2 s raised to 3, a3 s raised to 2 plus a4 s raised to 1 plus a5 s raised to 0, and s raised to anything raised to 0 is 1, right? So this equation will result only this will have last as a5 because anything multiplied with 1 is that quantity only. So this is going to become 1. Okay, multiplied with 1. Is that fine? So 1 raised to 0 is also 1, right? And 10 raised to 0 is also 1. Remember that anything raised to 0 is 1. Okay, fine. So now this equation, okay, will be represented in this form, starting with s raised to 5, s raised to 4, s raised to 3, s square s. Okay, fine. Now over here we are going to write the alternate terms. Okay, so a0 will be written over here, then we are going to skip one term. Okay, so this middle term has been skipped out, that we are going to write it over here. Okay, for s raised to 4. Okay, so s raised to 2 we are going to, sorry, a2 we are going to write it over here, then a4 we are going to write, and then we are not going to consider this one. Okay, fine. Then for the second row, this we are going to consider, then we are skipping this because we have already included it over here. Then we are going to write this one, we have already considered this, and then we are going to write it this one. Okay, so a1, okay, a1, then a3, alternate terms, remember that only alternate terms. Okay, so you have to exclude one. Okay, you should not take consecutives. Fine. So likewise we have, I hope you understood how we have created first two rows of your this particular matrix. This is also called as a matrix now. Okay, now this is called as b0, b1, it may be b2. Okay, then it may be called as a c0, c1, then it is called as a d0. Okay, how to calculate the other remaining terms from this is very important now. Okay, so what is the relation of b0? Okay, first we'll understand how to find out b0. B0 is nothing but we are going to consider these four elements. Okay, these four elements determinant. Okay, and as we used to find out determinant, we used to first take the multiplication of this, and then we'll subtract the value of multiplication of these two, that is a1 and a2, right? But in this, what is the calculation that we are going to check it out? Okay, so a0, a2, a1, a3, this is the determinant divided by this term. Okay, a1 will be divided everywhere. For the time being, for b0 it is a1. Okay, how we are calculating b0? B0 is nothing but, I'll first take multiplication of this. So determinant multiplication, determinant solving method is different than this one. Okay, so remember that we are going to first take a1 multiplied by a2, that means this multiplication first we'll take, and then subtract this multiplication. Okay, so exact reverse process as that of your determinant, that only you need to remember this. Okay, so this is over here a0 multiplied by a3, and that is divided with a1. I hope you understood it. Okay, we just take this determinant, but while solving this determinant, you just find out the multiplication of these a1 and a2 must be first done, and then subtracting the multiplication of a0 and a3 from that particular previously find out values. Okay, then similarly how we can write b1? Now for b1, only these two elements will not be there. Okay, so we are going to skip these two elements, and we are going to consider these two elements again divided with a1. Okay, so let me write the a0, then this is a1, a0, a1, then a4 and a5. Okay, so the middle terms, that is a2 and a3, we have to take it. Okay, fine, and this is also divided with a1, remember this. Okay, so find it out. First do the multiplication of this. Okay, a1 a4 minus a0 a5. and that is divided with A1 as it is. There is no change. Okay. So as you have found out A1, B1 and B0, sorry, B0 and B1 you have found out. How to find out B2? If these elements, if there are suppose let us say A6 and A7, if it could be there, then we could have found out B2. But as there are no A6 and A7, so we exclude this B2. Okay. Now let us find out what is C0 and C1. I hope you understood now what exactly or how to find out B0 and B1. Is that fine? Now let us find out C0, how to find it out C0. Okay. So same process you have to do. Okay. Only the first row now we are going to exclude. Okay. So first row we are going to exclude. Now we are going to consider these four elements. Are you getting it now? Okay. So these four elements we are going to consider now. Are you getting it? So over here A1, A3, B0, B1 divided by now this term. Okay, so where everywhere A1 was there, right? Now over here it will be divided with B0. That means first element of this particular second row. Okay, first element of the second row. By that value you need to divide it and then calculate it. B0 multiplied with A3 minus A1 B1 and divided with B0. Is that fine? Great. How to find out C1 then? C1, let us find it out C1. C1 can be found out. Let us write the matrix A1 B0, then A5 is there, B0 is not there, that means you can consider as 0 divided by B0. Is that fine? Therefore, do the multiplication of this one. So B0 into A5 minus this multiplied by 0 is 0, right? Divided by B0 as it is. Okay. So B0 will be getting cancelled out and finally C1 is nothing but as that of your A5. Got it? And likewise you can proceed so on. Is that fine? Now you can find out what is D0. Okay. Again you just move downward to the next row. Okay. So now these four elements will be there for calculation of D0. Okay. So let us write down how to find out D0. So D0 can be found out as B0 B1 C0 C1. Is that fine? Divided by C0. Okay. Therefore, it is nothing but B0 into C0 into B1 minus B0 into C1 divided by C0. And there are no other terms available. So B1, B2 is not there. This one is not there. This is also not there. Okay. So this D1 will not be there. Is that fine? Okay. I hope you understood how to find out these B0, B1, C1, C2, C0, D0 like that. Okay. So let us understand this with one example so that it will be easy to you people to get it. Okay. So let us do this. Let us take example. So example number 1. So there are different examples. Example number 1. And remember that how to comment the stability. So if the first column of this matrix don't have change in a sign, have sign changes, then the system is stable. And if it's having sign changes, then it is unstable. Got it? Okay, so let's check out first example. Example number 1. Okay, let me take the polynomial from my notes. Okay, so first polynomial is nothing but q of s is equals to s raised to 5. So what is the suffix? A0 is now 1. Okay, so suffix are 1 right now over here. Then 3s raised to 4 plus 4s cube. So remember that A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, these are the coefficients or suffix, you can call coefficients actually. Okay, not suffix. Coefficients of s raised to power. Okay, fine. And then 5s square plus 6s plus 1. Is that fine? Okay. Now let us start with the first. Let us draw a vertical line. Okay, s raised to 5, then s4, s raised to cube, s raised to 2, and yes. Okay, up to yes you are going to go for. Okay, then okay, now this value will be at the first row. We are going to skip it. It will be at the second row. So this is nothing but second value in the first row. We are going to skip it. Third value, then there is no after this value. So the first value is nothing but A0 is what? 1 value. So it is 1 multiplied with 1. Then the second value is nothing but 4, not 3. Okay, so 4 and then 6. Okay, now you got the correct correlation. Okay, is that fine? Okay, now 3. Okay, let me change the color so that you can understand. 3, 5 and 1. Okay, so 3 is coming over here, then 5 is coming over here, and lastly 1. Understood? Now let us calculate this B0. Okay, then B1, C1, C0, sorry, C0, C1 and D0, like that. Okay, fine. So let us find out B0 then. Okay, how to find it out? You are going to consider these 4 elements. Okay, so these 4 elements you are going to consider now. Let us take it over here. 1, 3, 4, 5 and divided by what? This value. Okay, so divided by 3. Compute it. Let us compute this one. Okay, so 4 3s are 12 minus 5 divided by 3. What is the value? 12 minus 5, 7, 7 by 3. Okay, so let us compute this. 7 divided by 3, or else you can keep it as it is, no problem at all. Let us compute it. 7 by 3, it is coming as 2.33. So value of B0 is coming as 2.33. Got it? Now let us compute B1. How to compute B1? So you are going to exclude this column, no? So this column will not be there and we are going to include this column. Okay, so these 4 elements will be there. Fine. And again divided by 3 as it is. There is no change for that. 1361 divided by 3. Okay. 3 6 are 18 minus 1 divided by 3. 17 by 3. Let me compute this value. 17 by 3. It is coming as 5.66. Okay. So this is nothing but the value 5.66. Okay. Now let us compute C0. Okay. For C0, which 4 elements you are going to take? Now we are going to exclude this first row. Okay. So we are going to move downwards. And this is starting from over here. Okay, so now let us take this color. So these 4 elements will be there now, right now. Okay, this will not be there, B2. Okay, because no values are there, so this will not be there. Okay, fine. So 3 5 2.33 and 5.66 divided by 2.33. Remember this one. So compute it. 2 into 5.33, sorry, 5 into 2.33, that is coming as 11.65 minus 5.66 multiplied by 3, it is coming as 16.98, and now it is coming as minus sign, right? So divided by 2.33. So let us calculate this. So it is coming as minus 5.33 divided by 2.33. 2.33. So it is coming as minus 2.28. Okay, so this is the value of C0, sorry, not C1. So it is coming as minus. Okay, so minus sign is there, that is important. Okay, okay, let me change this color so that it will get highlighted. So 2.28. So if there is a sign change, right now the sign change is there, right? So that's why the system is unstable. Okay, now let us compute C1 and then let us compute C1 then. How to compute C1? C1 is 3, 2.33, then 1, and this is not there. Okay, that is B2 is not there, so therefore it is 0 divided by 2.33. So the value is coming as 1. This minus this. Okay, so 2.33 into 1 will come as 2.33 minus 3 into 0 is coming as 0 divided by 2.33. So what is the value? It is coming as 1. Okay, so C1 is coming as 1. And lastly, let us find out D0. That's it. So let us find out D0. D0 can be found out by considering these 4 elements now. 2.33, 5.66 minus 2.28, 1 divided by minus 2.28. Let us compute then. Okay, I will compute it. Okay, so minus 12.90 is the value after multiplying this 2.28. okay, minus of 2.33 divided by minus 2.28. Okay, okay, so this value is coming as plus, fine. So plus 6.68, 6.68. Okay, how many sign changes are occurred over here? So remember that first sign change was occurred, that is from plus to minus, and then from minus to plus. So two times sign changes has taken place. Okay, so that means there are, that is the possibility, that is nothing but the system is unstable because, okay, so the final conclusion is that, what is the comment about the stability? The system is unstable as there are two times changes, sign changes, there are two times sign changes. Okay, this is the conclusion that you must write it after performing this Rauther-Hurwitz criteria. Okay, and that is the important thing. Okay, fine. So for this particular lecture, we'll conclude over here, and in the next lecture, we will be taking other different types of this Rauther-Hurwitz criterias examples. Okay, so that we can understand how we are going to apply for those. What is going to happen if, okay, let me tell you that what we are going to consider in the next lecture. What is going to happen if this value is going to result as 0, or if these two values are going to become 0, how to proceed further in that case, that we are going to discuss in the next lecture. Okay, so thanks for watching this lecture, and we'll conclude over here, and we'll continue in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.